Welcome back to the pod you're looking for. I'm Sam. This is Josh. We've got an unbelievably packed episode. I know I always say that. We actually do. We're going to jump right into it. We got Jurassic Part 8, possibly, with Scarlett Johansson returning. We've got The Long Walk just coming out. And around 10 minutes ago, the Super Mario Galaxy trailer just dropped. Mm-hmm. So we've got a lot to discuss. I think we should jump right into it.
Yes, dude. There's so many things. October is kind of picking up finally. We'll have some movies coming out. We also just had The Long Walk, as much as you mentioned. We're probably going to be seeing that this week, so we don't have a full review, but we do want to talk a little bit about that.
This feels like the manna from heaven, like, for the Israelites that were starving.
Like finally.
We were like, how are we going to make it to the mad rush that is 26 and 27? And then all of a sudden we just have like 18 things coming
Dude, I know. This September, at the start looking at it, I was like, dude, we're going to have nothing to talk about. Like, current, at least.
I was
like,
getting a little worried.
It was getting rough. It was getting really rough. So, I'm glad. We also have, I made the people wait. I've got a few movie reviews we're going to be doing at some point. Baby. We also have a few games at the end. So, plenty will be discussed.
What do you want to start with here, dude? I'm just looking at this. It's like a list you scroll through.
I kind of want to start with the Long Walk talk.
Sure.
If I could throw that out. Because it just came out this past Thursday and Friday. So most people probably haven't seen this. We haven't seen it yet.
No, not yet.
So we're planning to. Again, it just came out, I think, last night. So, but early reviews, dude, are looking very good. The Long Walk has debuted with like a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think I saw the audience score right now is at 87%. Mm-hmm. But very promising for both. It's featuring David Johnson and both Cooper Hoffman, which is the son of late Philip Seymour Hoffman. Which I know...
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Which is cool. So I know you and I both are big fans of his from, I think, Owen Casey, right? I think that's who he plays in Mission Impossible, right?
Best Mission Impossible villain.
Yeah.
That's my take.
So good. He really is good. He's got plenty of other good stuff, too.
100%.
So that's cool for him. I think that's, when I looked at it, that's like one of his first like major films that he's got.
As well as the man, the myth, the legend, Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Which, always good to see him... As much as you love him in Luke Skywalker, it's always good to see him branch out. It's always good to see any actor branch out and do their own thing. Mm-hmm. Find some measure of relative movie success outside of the thing they're known for.
Yeah. Yep. One thing with The Long Walk that I had seen, because I've only seen trailers at this point, I did have a thought with it where the whole movie's designed around this like game showy challenge. It's not a game show, but like a challenge. It's very Squid Game-esque, from what I've gathered. That you're going on this long walk where it's like you're just trying to outlive everybody around you. Now, I found it kind of funny that they're doing it where it's like friends are going together. Does that not kind of like throw you here? Because it's like in your mind, like you've got to be thinking like I'm the one outliving everyone else, right? Like if you're going as like with somebody else that like you become friends, like you got to be like.
It adds an intriguing level of stake to the movie that I think would have it otherwise, but you think about it, like ultimately there would come a point where desperation causes people to turn on each other for this reward. If you stop moving, you die. That's like the premise of the movie. It adds an intriguing amount of stake. I don't think there's much emotional investment in these strangers know that only one of them can win this reward. So obviously, like when it comes time to thin out the herd, like there's not much gravity in causing somebody to kind of stumble so that you can gain from that. Like, and I think if you put people that know each other in a situation like that, it just adds a level of depth that wouldn't be there otherwise. So I think it's intriguing. Now you have like these horror movies where these strangers come together and share a bond because of the thing they're going through, and so there is that, but I think that like already bringing in characters that are friends, I think adds something to it that wouldn't be there otherwise. And I think it's cool to just see, I think the market for Stephen King stories, aside from the It IP, hasn't been there recently. So I think that it's always good to see like a solid horror story that's a lot of people, I believe it's a book, a lot of people speak highly of the book, so it's cool to see the movie kind of start out strong as well.
Yeah, totally agree, and we'll probably have some sort of review for that next week.
Mm-hmm. So. I'll try and see that with you, but I'm sure if not, you'll beat me to it. So I'm excited to see how we feel about this. Where are we thinking we go?
Yeah, I'm
speaking of unexpectedly good stuff. I feel like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson might be making a name for himself here.
You just said a second ago, and I was thinking about making the transition with it being cool to see Mark Hamill kind of transition into a different kind of role.
Yeah.
It's very cool to see what Dwayne Johnson's doing here with the Smashing Machine.
And not just attempt it, but it seems like he's found it seems like he's struck gold here. I don't know. They just released, A24 just released the second official trailer for the Smashing Machine. So Dwayne Johnson's adapting. It's like the life story of Mark Kerr, which there's a documentary actually of the same name out there, and it kind of details like Mark Kerr's drug history and some of his like medication abuse and how he overcame that. Very powerful story. And to be fair, like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is probably, if they were going to make a story about this guy, like the only guy who probably could have played him. Mm-hmm. Unless you were going to extract from that pool of like wrestler turned actors that like would probably jump at an opportunity like this, but I don't know. It's come at an interesting time where the public opinion on The Rock has shifted from everyone loves The Rock, how can you hate the guy, to this guy can't do anything other than just be The Rock in every movie he's in. It's come at like the perfect time for him, where the general view of The Rock has kind of shifted into more of like a mocking point and laugh type thing, which is a shame because it sounds like he's a great guy who just like loves to act. So it's a shame to see like people turn on him. But I love this opportunity for him. I think it's great. And there's movies that growing up, like you would see The Rock in occasionally where you're like, why doesn't he do more of that? Where he just branches out from being like the big hulking strongman in these movies. It's cool to see him tackle something with more depth. And every time he's together with Emily Blunt in a movie, it's great. So very excited for this. I actually think it's going to be seriously good.
I totally agree. I think it's going to be great. It's like the first time we're actually seeing him do anything with like some sort of emotional depth behind what's going on, and less of him just raising his eyebrow and being the guy that's the hot, big, attractive guy, right, in the story.
I hope it opens up more opportunities for him after this.
Yeah, and I saw him have a quote, I think, like a couple months ago about this, so I'm going to butcher this totally. Something to the effect of, he was like, I think I just never felt fully comfortable, like, feeling like I could take on anything but what I've known. And I realized with a role like this, like, I needed to eventually, like, branch out and take a role like this just so I could, like, challenge myself, like, emotionally and just with different types of stuff. So, great on him, and hopefully it's as good as it looks.
That is cool. I don't think people really understand that sometimes that just because these people are top of the market names, your Dwayne "The Rock" Johnsons, your Leonardo DiCaprio's, your Christian Bale's, it doesn't mean that just because they're regarded as the go-tos in what they do, it doesn't essentially mean that like there are ways that they feel they've almost like cornered themselves, and I found success here, so I need to stick with this. I'm sure that's what Tom Holland was feeling for a while with Spider-Man. I know it's what Andrew Garfield felt, and he's just such an enormous talent that he broke out of it immediately. But it's something that it seems every actor goes through, where they're like, you work and you work and you work, and then you find the success, and so you're like, I have to stay here, and I'm afraid to branch out, because if I pile a flop onto this thing that has given me my name, what then is my name? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's always cool. You forget that they're people too, they're not the same as, you and me who sit here and record a podcast with our own money, but like they're people that sometimes need a reminder that like they're not just tied to public opinion. They can do whatever they want. They can push themselves in ways that they might not feel totally confident in and find success in other places. So it's cool. I hope it leads to more stuff with The Rock, because he's not, he's got decades left of acting left in him. So I would love to see what else he can do.
And then just to your point about The Rock, like people, how they've started viewing him now, and you've seen him kind of get some backlash from people about just like the roles he's taking. But clearly, like for a guy like him, like it's in there. And like for a guy that when he was a wrestler back in the day, like where it's more than just that, like there's a lot of charisma. Like the reason people know him is for his charisma and his ability to act. Predominantly. And the fact that he's a guy that, like, for people that don't watch any of that stuff at all, everyone knows the Rock, who the Rock is. You know, clearly he's a very pulverizing figure and just across the entertainment sphere. So I'm really glad. Again, I know we keep saying that, but I hope it's as good as it looks. But the trailer looked awesome.
I'm intrigued to see other actors kind of step out on their own. There's other actors that I can think of. I mean, John Cena is still in that. He's still kind of playing John Cena.
He is.
But there will come a time where like he branches out and does his own thing, and that'll be very intriguing to see. I don't know.
I think for a guy like him too, it's interesting because he was always the hustle, loyalty, respect guy, where it's like he was the guy for the kids kind of thing. And like it's funny to see him with Peacemaker, where it's like he's like totally not at all.
Yeah.
And I think he's still like playing himself. It's just like a darker version of himself. And I think it's interesting because he really did. He found his role. Like he is Peacemaker to a T. And it's cool to see that. But again, like to your point, like there's so many other ways that they could take him as a character and kind of make him more than just what he is. But
Anyway. It's very exciting, dude.
Yes.
All right, where do you want to go next? What do you think?
I saw this, I think, 2 days ago. And it kind of threw me. Daniel RPK reporting that Jurassic Park 8, or World, I guess would it be? World 8 is... I see your thoughts already from that. A Jurassic World 8 is on the books, and that Scarlett Johansson is set to return, but she's the only actor confirmed right now that would probably be in that. Are you out on that?
I'm not out. I just don't... I don't know how I feel about these popcorn movies that aren't... that I'm not invested in, but I know I'll sit through anyway. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know how that makes me feel. I don't know how it makes me feel that there's movies out there that, like, I could care less if it comes out or not, but I know I'll be there opening weekend. It's weird to me.
I think...
It's weird that a movie like that has that kind of a pull on an audience. That Jurassic World made... Like, the one that just came out made almost $1 billion. Like, it's weird to me that happened. But, like, you can't find a person... I can't find a person who saw it like we did. Like, I can't find people. Like, who's seeing this movie?
I don't know. But you're right. Like, Jurassic Park is, like, the epitome of, like, that idea.
Right. Like, how many times can you tell that story? How many times can you, like, throw people on an island and have them run from dinosaurs and have it be, like, intriguing? But it is, and it's weird. Like, I feel like... It feels almost like it's like a social experiment. Like, these movies have become a social experiment. How many times can we dangle these ideas
get them to bite? Yeah,
right. That's what it feels like. I don't know, dude. It's weird. Like, but also, if you have a story that works, I guess don't stop. I don't know.
I felt like I didn't want them to do it. No. But if they were going to do it, I'm glad that they're bringing Scarlett back and trying to keep the story going.
Some consistency, yeah.
I think if they were going to do a Jurassic Park 8, what I would have them do would be to either focus in on like that more deeper aspect of it that they tried to start with in the 7th, in Rebirth, and maybe like expand upon that, really like add some depth to Scarlett's character. Maybe you see her like dealing with the fallout of like all her friends dying, basically, except for the one. So maybe they could do something there. Otherwise, what I would do with it is I would totally lean it into, like, a more horror realm type of movie, where, like, not that it's a horror movie, but, like, they've yet to do a Jurassic film outside of the first one that was, like, genuinely scary.
Sure.
It was more just a movie that was featuring scary things happening to people.
Sure.
And I would love to see what that would look like from a perspective of, like, here's like a almost like first person perspective. Like, I wouldn't want that, but like something to that effect of like how could you do that and like have it be like genuinely like a terrifying thing, you know? There's got to be some way with the suspense and the pacing that they could make it something, but
again, we've said it on this podcast, and I kind of want to reiterate it because I think it was because our podcast had just started, it was one of like the takes that kind of flew under the radar. I think the way you continue the franchise is if you Planet of the Apes this thing. The dinosaurs have the more advanced ones start to gain consciousness, and they almost start to like become like human, like that. Is it weird? Yeah. But I think that's the only thing you can really go off of to really push this franchise in a direction that's intriguing. Is if you Planet of the Apes this thing and have it be where the dinosaurs become conscious enough and human enough to really challenge life on Earth in a seriously threatening humanity is at stake way. Not humanity needs to lock its doors because there's a triceratops walking up the street. Like my job is at stake because a dinosaur is as smart as I am at my job. Like that. And then you see humanity start to crumble like Planet of the Apes, where now humans are primitive and dinosaurs are like running the show. Like, that's intriguing. And that could be a trilogy. They won't do it. They're just going to keep putting people on islands and having them run from velociraptors. And I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know. I just don't know what you would do. I can't think of a way you could I can think of more ideas to continue Star Wars than Jurassic Park. And maybe it's like, of course you can. It's a galaxy and not just a park. But like,
no, but it's also a very like simple concept, and like you should be able to come up with a a story.
I just can't think of anything. I don't know.
Right, like I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, they've kind of like touched on that a little bit. They just did it kind of bad.
Right.
So it's just like they've done the whole selling the dinosaur. They've done the dinosaurs going extinct.
Mm-hmm.
They've done the go to the island 1 billion times. They've done the park, the world. Like, what more can you? They already said like they were going off the bit of it in the last movie of like a double flip where it was like people are getting sick of dinosaurs, and they say it in the movie about what's going on, but it was also like people are getting sick of dinosaurs in real life too. Yeah. Like, we've seen it worked out. But I say that, but I guess at the same time, like, if it almost made 1 billion, like, clearly some like people care, I guess, enough. I mean, I not us, but
no,
we do not care.
We would be there,
yeah.
But there's a growing public opinion that's sick of these movies. I don't know. On the other hand, I like Scarlett Johansson in just about everything she's in. I like Mahershala Ali in everything he's in. I like Jonathan Bailey in a lot of the stuff he's in.
I saw he might not even come back, though.
Who?
Jonathan Bailey. For it. Anyway.
That stinks, because he was a good character.
Right.
And Mahershala Ali's character shouldn't even be alive right now. I don't know what you're doing. But, hey, we'll be there the opening night, I guess. I don't know. 8. That's crazy. 8. 8 movies?
I know.
What if they did like a... No, there's no way they could... I don't know.
Well, it's funny, too, because for a while, like, I would only think of Jurassic Park as just a movie. Like, one movie, not really like a franchise.
Right.
It's just funny to think that we could be at
an 8. spinoff. Yeah. Speaking of sequels that are necessarily not necessarily needed, the director of Toy Story 5, Andrew Stanton, recently came out and said, we're excited for all of the future stories. Like, Toy Story 5 is going great. The development's going great. It's moving along well. We're excited for all the future stories. And people are like, future stories? And I'll say this as somebody who has all 3 Toy Story movies, like all 3 of the first 3, like the trilogy. I see it as a trilogy. It's almost like Pirates of the Caribbean. You see it as the trilogy, and then like the other 2. Like, the first 3 Toy Story movies are all in my top 50 movies of all time. I love those movies to death. Dude, we don't need a 5, and we don't need a 6. Or a 7 or an 8, or however long you're going to drag this thing. We do not need that. You could have done shows with, like, I don't know what you could have done. But it has just simply got to stop.
Here's my question.
Yes.
Jurassic Park 10 movies, Toy Story 10 movies.
Well, I'll say this, Toy Story. I'll give that to Toy Story. Because there is direction there. But I'm not saying it like I love Toy Story 4. Like, I loved it. It was a good movie. And I'll probably give Toy Story 5 a 9 out of 10. I probably will. I'm prepared. But but the farther you get away from how perfect 3 ended, the less it means to people. And I hate that, because it's like if they made a sequel to Up and Carl Fredricksen was just a grumpy old guy again. It's like, well, that's a bummer, because he went through the whole thing in the first one, and now, like, what was the point? Like, I worry about these great movies losing their value because we just have to sell toys. If you're going to do Toy Story 5 and 6, here's what you do. Now, Toy Story 5, reportedly the villain is a tablet. And it's going to be the toys versus technology. And apparently Bonnie has, like, forsaken the toys and thrown them in the closet in the deepest, darkest corner with all the dust bunnies for her tablet. Which, by the way, Bonnie is just the absolute worst. So it sounds like they're battling technology in this movie. Okay. If you're going to end this thing, and if you're going to force a 5 and a 6, here's what you do. Have them battle technology in 5, whatever. If you're going to make a Toy Story 6, and I'm going to look directly into the camera the entire time I'm saying this, because this might be my greatest take of all time. Ready? Dude? Okay. If you're going to do Toy Story 6, this is exactly what needs to happen. This movie, for the first 3 movies, it was the toys have separated themselves from Andy. We need to get back to Andy. 6 needs to be an Andy movie. So Toy Story 6, enough time has passed. Andy has graduated college. He has a family of his own. He has a kid of his own. And his kid is old enough now to have toys of his or her own. He goes to Bonnie's house and just says, hey, now Bonnie's going to college. So now Bonnie's giving her toys away. Say Bonnie is they're having a garage sale or something, Toy Story 2 style. Bonnie gives away all of Andy's toys to somebody else, or she just throws them out, something. The toys are scattered and they're thrown out because of technology. So now Bonnie's obsessed with technology. Times have changed. But Andy wants his toys back. So he goes to visit Bonnie and says, hey, I'll buy these back from you. Whatever it takes. Like, I want these toys for my kid. And Bonnie's like, I'm so sorry, I lost them. Like, the only lead I have is this. So the entire movie, after an entire franchise of the toys trying to get back to their person, is the person trying to get back to the toys. And you have it following Andy trying to get back to his toys so that he can give them to his kid. And the ending is Andy reuniting with his toys and being able to provide them to his kids. And you continue, you end the franchise on an open note where now Andy, the franchise ends with Andy's kid growing up with Andy's toys.
That's perfect, dude.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. And now the heathen, the absolute heathen that is Bonnie, out of the picture.
Would that imply that they essentially lose the 5th movie then? Would you want like a Hope is Lost 5th movie kind of thing?
I would want there to be some sort of a situation where they realize that they really can't beat technology, because that's kind of the sad truth with toys. Like, the toys don't, like, I have physical toys, like, from my childhood. It doesn't really, from an entertainment standpoint, stand a chance against something like an iPad. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the reality of it. So I don't know if the toys can beat out a tablet. You know what I mean? As funny as the premise sounds, it sounds like a losing battle. So I'm almost feeling like even if the movie doesn't end on a sad note, you set up a situation where Bonnie has just outright moved on from the toys, but maybe they're back together. Woody and Bo reunite with the toys. And now at least they're all together and they have each other. So then 6 is just a story of Andy getting back to his toys.
Dude, I love that. I love the way you said that, where the toys are going after Andy, but this time Andy goes after the toys. Man.
That's been the through line
beautiful.
Of this franchise, of like
that's
the toys
beautiful.
have to get back to their person. And I just think how special would that be to see it from the other perspective. Mm-hmm. And you don't even have to have some big thing that people have been talking about. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if the toys talked to Andy or something like that? You don't even have to have that. But like, or Bonnie. But like, I'm just saying, how cool would that be if you saw the other perspective of like Andy? Because nostalgia is so played on in movies nowadays. Like, what if you made a movie about nostalgia and it's just about like the guy trying to get back to the things that like defined his childhood so that he can continue that on with his kid?
And what a positive message that is, right?
Of course,
it's so like counter.
Of course,
what we're dealing with.
Yeah, and I
love that.
How special would that be? So then it just ends where the toys are just back where they always belonged. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just think that'd be great. If Toy Story 6 isn't a Toy Story movie at all, it's Andy. It's an Andy story.
Dude, I love that, man. I think you could have just gone Toy Story 6, and I think that'd be great.
I think honestly, this is what Toy Story 5 should be. It should be about 5 minutes where you've established Bonnie has moved on, and the movie's about Andy, but they haven't teased that at all. They've teased that it's Bonnie has moved on from the toys with a tablet, and also there's like this, like, they've come out with a new version of like the Buzz Lightyear toys that's all like techie, and so now it's like there's like an army of like techie Buzz Lightyears out there. Like, that's like the two things that have been teased, and I just feel like, I mean, that's good. It'll sell like toys and stuff, but I just think from a story standpoint, I don't think that justifies a sequel. I think if you make it about Andy and Andy trying to get back to the toys that defined his childhood, that's where you could bring
a 6 and a 1st together,
and it also necessitates 4, and it necessitates 6 as well. Mm-hmm. It makes it feel like these stories needed to be told.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Andy had to go away so that 6 meant something to people.
Right.
You know what I mean? And suddenly the ending of 3 is no longer a bummer that we've like left that behind and moved on. Like, it suddenly that needed to happen for 6 to be so special. I don't know.
I love that, dude. You heard it here first, man. I mean, we got to get that out. We got to get this is how we get on the red carpet, man. With your take.
Hey,
your one take,
dude. I'm not saying I need royalties. I'm just saying
that's it.
If that's what happens,
that's it.
Anyway, so we're still
that's
in
good stuff.
we got to get back to it.
Yeah, that's
what
good stuff.
What do you think about that though? Like with sequels, like all these, everything's a sequel nowadays.
I know. I mean, it's like the age-old movie debate, you know. I don't know. It's just tough, man, because it's like I look at what comes out in theaters and like. It's not me trying to. I just want to go to a theater and see the best movie I can, right? Like that's honestly where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
It wasn't where I used to be, but like now it's like actually where I'm at because like we're doing this and I just want to cover that stuff. But it's tough unless you've got an author, like a big time author, a big time film like movie maker, like you don't have, or just a big actor or like a franchise. Essentially, how do you know to just go and see a movie? Like usually like. Unless you just really decide, like, unless you're just a person that just constantly goes to the movies and you just kind of see everything that comes out, like, you're just not going to hit all these solo movies that are good like that. So it's like, I don't know how you fix that. And it's tough, too, because it's like, clearly, like, do sequels do as well? Like, the late-end sequels, like, for instance, like you said, like, Jurassic Park 7, World Rebirth, right? Did it do as good as, like, all of its predecessors? Like, no. But at the same time, like, a movie doing $800 million with a $150 million budget is phenomenal work. Like, how can you as a company trying to make money look at that and not go, well, we still have a fan base clearly, and like we can make a boatload of money. Why would we not?
Yeah.
You know,
you've trained the audience to not expect much, and you've trained yourselves as movie makers to not try as hard as you could. I think all of these filmmakers and all of these people that we rag on as fans and viewers, like, I think they all have more in the tank than they let on. And I just think the standard hasn't been, high standards haven't been required for a lot of these people. And it's a shame, because I think there's a lot of good stories that are just, like, not even being conceived, just so that you can say, but we made back our we made back our budget.
But because they know people are going to bite at it.
Right.
They also know that there's deadlines and that they feel like they need to get these movies out. So I partly blame people enough of us that are telling people that they need to pump these out. Where like most of the solo films, it didn't really matter when it dropped in terms of like the next 1 to 2 years, right? Because it's like they just wanted it to be done well. Now it's like people look at these franchises and it's like people do actually get on them if they don't get these things like out quick.
Yeah.
So,
people go to all this stuff because they want good movies. But like I think you just have to train the audience to want that, and that starts with you as filmmakers wanting that for yourselves, wanting your work to be substantial and not paper thin.
Yeah. I need to get this off my chest about this, dude. We got on one of our last episodes a bunch of people when we talked about Star Wars and us, and we've had this a couple other times when we've talked about franchises, when we've said basically the point of, and this was the main point of the Star Wars episode pretty much from us, was like, we think it's a story, we don't think it's a universe. Like, well, we do. I'm kind of throwing what I said, I guess, on you, but okay. I think it's a story, not as much a universe. Like, we don't stop putting so much stuff out. We got a lot of flack from people saying the same sentiment of like, well, it's for us, like, just don't watch then. Like, just don't watch. And I'm here to say, especially with Star Wars, that is insanity. You can do your own thing, leave the canon alone. The problem is that you're messing up the canon, first off. Like, you literally are messing up what made Star Wars by bringing Palpatine back. Like, things like that. And then the fact that you just keep doing stories, it brings it down. And now the fact that the thing that I grew up loving and I share to other people look down on because of the new stuff, it's just ridiculous. So when you have all these other franchises coming out with stuff, it just lessens the value of it over time. Like, and the second you tell people that are not fans of that franchise, oh, you know what, like, hey, 1's good, 2's good, 3 stinks, 4's good, 8's good. It's just too much. Like, nobody's gonna want to just sit through that unless they absolutely love movies. It's just I just don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. Don't just put out stories just to put out stories. Like, I just don't get how that's a controversial take to say that. I do think it actually hinders my ability to watch the rest of it. So, yeah, I don't want them to put more stuff out.
That was the big thing I think we got in response was, but they're putting out, but they put out Skeleton Crew and that didn't have anything to do with it. Like, why didn't you like that then? If you're saying we need to tell new stories and stay away from the Skywalker saga, we didn't really. Because they said, the Jude Law, the Jedi character played by Jude Law is a survivor of Order 66. So, like, it's not, you're putting these bad stories out, but you're not confident enough in the narrative you've designed that you have to throw in a reference or throw in some tie to the Skywalker saga, and you're tarnishing the brand in doing so. And I feel that Skeleton Crew could have been great, but you're not confident enough. If you're not confident enough that you feel there needs to be an Easter egg or a reference or some reason to get Eric Voss from New Rockstars to make some 30-minute breakdown, like, for your thing to be good, like, it's not a good product then. You need to, like, take more time to do it. And we'll give you that time, but it needs to be good. Mm-hmm. If I ran a pizza place and I made the same pepperoni cheese veggie pizza every year, and people loved it, but over time people were like, I'm getting a little sick of the same old, you got to stray from the formula, and I decided, all right, so we're going to announce a new pizza. The entire dough is made out of poop, but it's got cheese and pepperoni and sauce on top. People are going to be like, this is absolutely revolting, but I guess it's pizza? And now when people drive by my pizza place, they're going to be like, isn't that the place that has all the great pizza? Yeah, but they also have the poop pizza. Mm-hmm. Like, they have the pizza that's made out of poop.
Right.
Like, you can't do that to yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, you need to, like, go to the drawing board and consider, like, I can't keep putting out this poop and, like, just putting the Star Wars title on it and hoping that that's enough to get people in. You have to, like, really sit down and consider, is this story worth telling? Mm-hmm. And if it's not, it's okay to not tell it. Yeah. Because we have almost 50 years now of content that, like, we are happy to consume.
Yes. And what happened to the good days of, not even that long ago, but the good days of leaking stuff ahead of time? I thought that was always great. Whenever you'd see sometimes the video games or some of the other ones, like, they would put something would leak, which usually, like, how would you know? And then people would respond to it and be like, you know what, that looks phenomenal, that looks terrible. Mm-hmm. Like, things like that. Like, there's some way that you can get a pulse, I think, more so. Like, there's got to be something you can do. But again, like it's not the fact that I don't want to see more stories. Just don't ruin the ones I had, which means literally don't do something that changes them. It also means just don't make terrible stuff. Like, it's got to be really good. And it's tough sometimes to follow up on what you already had. Like, it really is tough to follow up on what you already had.
It is.
And, like, that's just a thing. That's just a fact. And, like, that does make it feel like everyone's going to be like, you know, this stuff just before was much better. But that's just why you shouldn't be continually making more movies.
It's a calling for you as the people behind the stories then to step up and only step up when the story deserves to be told. Mm-hmm. Like Star Wars is not dead, but the people behind it are putting their hand over the Star Wars brand's nose and mouth and, like, hoping it doesn't get back up. And, like, you gotta let it, like, breathe. And I don't know, whether it be through a Battlefront 3, whether it be through an animated show, whether it be through Starfighter, whether it be through a book, it doesn't matter at this point where Star Wars is if the mass audience doesn't consume it. If you start appealing to these little groups of people, the book readers, the video gamers, I don't even know, eventually you bring people back. Like, at this point, Star Wars is in a place where they can't rely on the mass audience because they've lost their trust. And it's okay. You just got to work to get it back. And it starts with not thinking you're all high and mighty anymore, because you're not. You're not. And I hope Star Wars is. I have things that I'm looking at right now on my wall that are Star Wars related that I hope I never have to take down, because I'm so grossed out with the brand that, like, I just don't want it up there anymore. Like, I want Star Wars to succeed, but they have to push themselves a little more.
Yeah. Similarly, I watched Avengers 1 this week, and I got to rewatch it, and it kind of was just a very stark reminder to the fact that, like, that's not the prime of every character, but a lot of them it is. Prime Nick Fury, Prime Hulk, I'd say. And watching through that movie, like, it is so centered around, well, it's the 6 of them. It is so centered around Cap and Iron Man. And the dynamic that they have together, I mean, RDJ steals the show of the movie. Their two dynamics, Hulk is just presented incredibly. Obviously, you've got Thor, you've got Black Widow, you've got Hawkeye. It's a great movie.
Yep.
Then you go to now, Cap's gone, Iron Man's gone. So the two biggest things of what made that movie great are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Thor and Hulk, you've just ruined the characters.
Yep.
Hawkeye's just kind of Hawkeye, like whatever there. And then you've killed off Natasha. So like you've just literally and Nick Fury's ruined too. Like the things that in even the agent in that what's her name? Agent Hill. Agent Hill.
Yeah.
They killed off in Secret Invasion. So it's just like your stupid decisions have literally made it so that the main characters that we're like founded on are all just like either dead or they stink now. And it's like it just was such a stark reminder. I know that was kind of out of left field, but that's my point of just shifting it like back to that point. Like when you stray away from like what made you successful, and in their case, like I honestly like I feel bad for them in the sense of like it is hard to make new characters like how they had it before, but that's just the problem you created yourself.
If you're going to take a swing that big, you have to be prepared for what comes next.
Yeah, and that's just kind of the fallout of that. So anyway, I won't drag that, but
no, I think that was good, dude. On the topic of sequels, though, maybe a sequel that is more deserved and is more exciting. We just moments ago the Super Mario Galaxy movie was announced, and I don't think either of us really are labeling the Mario Bros movie that came out a couple years ago as the greatest thing of all time.
No.
But it definitely deserved a sequel.
Yeah.
And it definitely deserves to maybe, if possible, build out as like a Nintendo like animated franchise.
Oh, I'm all for that.
I would
give me
love
5,
that, dude.
Give me
and
5.
like have it all build like a Smash Bros movie.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
that would be so cool.
But
so cool.
We got, and I'll say, Super Mario Galaxy, my girlfriend's favorite video game of all time. It's probably in my top 10. I really seriously love Super Mario Galaxy. I grew up on not just the game, but the soundtrack, the aesthetic of it. Like, it all just felt so... Like, when I think of nostalgia, I almost in my head, like, associate a lot of the things from Mario Galaxy just to, like, I don't know. It was just such a calming game. And it was such a staple of my childhood, and I know a lot of people's. I don't know if you played it growing up, but it was just like a huge game. And I think if you're going to adapt a story... Gosh, what a home run idea. Like, what a great idea. And, yeah, I really don't think Nintendo has to, like, make these big animated movies that really, like, are all that deep. I think they just need to keep... This is a franchise that really... I mean, because the games are really rinse, repeat, Peaches in Trouble, Mario Rescuer, like, you have a chance where, like, even the most paper-thin plot could be seriously, like, something special with these movies. Because Nintendo, like... There's no plot to any of their games. It's literally just XYZ is in trouble. Main brand character goes to save them over the course of 4 hours. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell any story, like, anywhere. And I just think, like, this has the chance to be a really successful franchise. And I think this is a great place to start. Mm-hmm. And I know my girlfriend and I will be seated, like, literally, like, first showing of day one. We will be there. Like, that's a movie we won't miss. And that, like, just very excited. There's not many animated movies that really rope you in anymore, but that's one of them. That'll be great.
That's cool.
I don't know what your thoughts are.
Coming out April, right?
I think so.
Did they drop a trailer yet for that?
They did a teaser.
They did a teaser?
Yeah, it was like Mario.
A quick one?
It's nothing to be hyped over. It's just like it was almost like a title announcement. It was like Mario sitting under a tree in the Mushroom Kingdom. It like pans over the water and then over to Peach's castle. It goes up into the sky and then it says Mario Galaxy movie and it plays the theme from the game and it's just like
that's cool.
Awesome.
That's cool.
It's cool, but yeah, it's nothing really like we didn't do a reaction because it wasn't anything crazy. But yeah, I think it'll be good.
Okay. Yeah, I like your take.
I'm excited.
Did we cover everything? Did we hit
We
everything?
didn't. We have, I think, honestly, if anything, we've saved the two biggest for last here, dude. I want to start with this, because this just came out yesterday evening. This just leaked around the time I got home from work in the gym yesterday at like 6 p.m. Paramount is reportedly preparing to offer a massive bid to buy not just Warner Bros., but all of Warner Brothers' properties.
Whoa.
The implications of this on the DC universe are daunting. to say the least.
Dude, I hadn't seen that.
The implications of this, like if Paramount purchases Warner Bros., they also purchase DC Studios.
Mm-hmm.
And with that comes a possibility that they might not like James Gunn. And James Gunn might just, like, be gone.
Do you think?
I don't think, because there is a lot of money to be made in keeping all the people in place where they're at.
You want to do another shift after you just did one.
It wouldn't be the first time it's happened, though. And I get a little nervous because I think sometimes these big movie executives, like, they like to buy things and then start over so that they can say, like, everybody that's in place is somebody that they put there. And I'm a little nervous. Now, they could bid, and Warner Bros. Could just be like, we're good, bro.
Yeah.
But the idea of them purchasing DC and shaking that up, it's a little nerve-wracking. I don't know how I feel about that. That skeeves me out a little bit. I don't know what your thoughts are, because this is the first time I believe you're hearing it.
Yeah, that's the first time I'm hearing it. I've had it happen in baseball sometimes, where the team I follow right now, the GM of the team is like, he's like a 6.5 out of 10, where it's like, I know exactly what I'm getting, and like, it does pretty good. Could it be better? Like, yeah, it could definitely be better. But, like, it could also be a lot worse. Mm-hmm. And, like, something like this just makes me nervous, where it's like, could James Gunn, like, are there a lot of things that he could do better, and maybe in his direction for how DC's going to go, are there things he could do better? Like, yeah. Now, could it be a whole lot worse? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I hope that they don't, and I think for Paramount, if the first thing that they decide to do is to do something like this and then immediately shake stuff up, like, when you just shook it up, like, people are going to really respond negatively to that.
Absolutely.
And I think that they're going to understand that. So I don't think it'll do anything with that, hopefully.
I hope not. I'm just going to propose, I'm going to propose a potential scenario.
Okay.
And this is what worries me, where somebody on the main board at Paramount was in the theater when the Zack Snyder movies were coming out, and they loved them. And they are in agreement with all the people saying, bring Zack Snyder back for Justice League 2 and 3. And so they buy DC, and they're like, we're scrapping James Gunn's vision. We appreciate all the time he's put into DC. We're going to let Peacemaker carry out, and we're going to let the Superman sequel come out. We're going to let Batman come out. But we're focusing back on the Zack Snyder universe because we feel there's more stories to tell there. There is a world where that happens.
Don't think that happens.
You don't.
But what I do think could happen is, to your, like, what you're saying, I do wonder if maybe they would be like, we're going to do both.
Right. Which, hey, I mean, honestly,
that would be really
best
that
case
would be
that'd be
perfect.
That'd be awesome. But like,
I don't know how they can, because at a certain, like, you can't just function as a company, like, off of that. And, like, while those movies did great money wise, like, they just, the perception is so bad on them. I know, dude, but some people, I don't know if you can
make me nervous.
I don't know if you can James Gunn for that.
No, some people just make me nervous. Like,
that would be nuts.
You just don't know. Say, like, the entire board's, like, Snyder fans, and that's why they're doing it. They're like, we want our stories.
That would be so funny if Paramount bought them and then just went, like, scorched earth and just, like...
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Wouldn't that be crazy?
That would be crazy.
Like, they could do anything. Like, DC is in their hands at that point. What do you do?
I will say this. I have never once had a Paramount Plus subscription, ever, in my life.
I think I did once, and I'm trying to remember what it was
What is even on Paramount?
I think it's, like... No, DreamWorks is on Peacock, right?
I don't know, dude.
I don't know.
Can we have a subscription talk? This annoys me.
Football. It was football stuff.
Oh, football?
Yeah.
This annoys me.
Mm-hmm.
Football, movies, everything.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of movie streaming services there are now is absurd, and the fact that these movie streaming services have started broadcasting sports games too, I don't even know what to say. Sometimes, like, there's Apple TV, Paramount, Peacock, Hulu, Spectrum, YouTube TV, Prime Video, what else? I don't even know. I'm blanking on Disney Plus.
Did you say HBO Max?
Nope, HBO. There's at least like 15.
Now there's like Samsung Plus and
dude, it's ridiculous. And like every single one has something I would want. Like one thing I want.
That's what stinks.
Netflix. I didn't even name Netflix.
Like, so next thing you know, you're paying $45 a month.
Yes, and it's like each one is like, oh, it's just $10, but you know you need 15 if you want it without ads. Me and my girlfriend, we were watching a movie on Peacock. I think it was the other night. We started it out, dude, and we had already been halfway through the movie. We go like to zoom forward, and like right when we go to start the movie, they
gosh.
played 3 minutes of ads, and it was like the Peacock I think does it where it's like they have 2 ad breaks in the movie and that's it, like 2 longer one, which I guess I would rather that than breaking up my movie. But they 3 minutes. We skipped forward to the main point we were at, and then they ran the other 3 minutes. So we were just sitting there for like, and I was like, this is crazy. These streaming services need to.
We need to, not just that. We need to talk about the state of ads. These companies need to listen. I'll say this. Like this, I know not everybody's in this spot. Like you and I will happily to watch this stuff pay for a month of HBO Max. We'll happily pay for a month of Disney Plus. These companies need to vastly overhaul their approach to ads. People hate ads. They do not watch them. Ads to me are the moment I put whatever I'm watching this thing down and I go do something else until I hear my show back on.
Yeah.
I do not care what you have to say. I will not buy your car. I will not use your soda. I will not watch your show on FX. I will not do the, and it's nothing against the people making them, and it's nothing against the things being pushed. I'm sure it's a great car. I'm sure the insurance is great. I'm sure the medicine helps my back. I do not care. I don't care. Like, I'm not here to watch your ads. It just happened with Red Zone football. It used to be on Sundays for people who didn't want to buy the NFL Sunday ticket and pay $400 a month for NFL stuff to watch every game. There was what was called Red Zone, where every time each team is in a position to score, it would cut over to that game. So you just had a constant flow of teams about to score. It was great for people who play fantasy sports. It was great for people who want just all the action and none of the fluff in between with the injuries and everything. It was great. The best part about it, it was uninterrupted. It was 7 hours of commercial-free football. And this year, they've implemented commercials. And people are livid. And rightfully so. People don't care. And especially if you take something that didn't have it before and put it in there, people aren't going to be there for it. They just aren't. People don't want their stuff interrupted by what you have to say. They're there for a reason, and that's not the reason. Yeah. And it will never be the reason. And companies have to rethink their approach. I don't know how you do it. Even if it is, I'd rather 3 pop-ups. I'd rather click on a show and have something like, hey, you want to buy this Ford? No. All right, well then watch your show. I do not care. If I want a truck, I will search for the truck. I'm not going to get inspired by your ad. I'm not going to go look up Geico just because I saw an ad for Geico. I'm going to be like, my car is a pancake on the side of the freeway. I need money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when I'll look into Geico. It doesn't work in commercials. People check out. It's just the way it is. And I don't know where this narrative came about where people were like, oh, in the 80s, it was you had these models, with skimpy clothes drinking Coca-Colas, and that was what was bringing the 20 to 30-year-old guy audience into Coca-Cola. And it sounds awful, but that was how you did it. Times have changed. You don't appeal to people that way. So people just aren't going to there's no emotional investment in commercials where people are not people aren't attracted to things. It's different. The mindset has changed. You got to rethink your approach. And I just the streaming thing. It's just it's wild that someday we're gonna tell our kids when we were little, every game was just on TV. You didn't have to pay for it. If you had basic cable where you had no subscription to anything, you still had 6, 8, 10, 13. You had the channels. You still watched every football game. You still watched your shows on Sunday nights. If anything, you paid $15 a month for Disney and Cartoon Network, and even still, everything was on there. $15 a month for everything.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it would have been Disney Channel Plus. It would have been Cartoon Network Plus. Most kids wouldn't have grown up with the Clone Wars. They wouldn't have grown up with Zack and Cody because it would have been on these things that you can't afford. And thankfully, we're in positions where that's what we want to pay for, but not everybody's like that. And I just think these companies need to rethink their approach. People can't afford to buy your stuff. And it can't be just you can't just keep shoving it down people's throats until they just cough up the money. You gotta rethink your approach. It's just it's I don't want to say it's disgusting, but it's just a little bit. It's not all about the money sometimes.
Yeah.
It just weirds me out, and I don't think a lot of these companies realize the basic truth of if you make something more accessible, more people will be there for it. So you don't lose money in making something more accessible. You don't lose money in taking the commercials out of NFL Red Zone. You get your audience that's livid that you have Red Zone and they're saying, I'm not buying that this year. You bring them back. Like, these companies are missing out on money, literally, so that they can, like... I don't know.
It's just frustrating. I mean, this is not even movies. This is just the sports talk, but, like, every single uniforms have ads on them. Like, to see games, like, there's the regular... Like, just for MLB, for instance, that I now have to deal with, like... You pay for the whole season subscription, so you can see all these games. Yet it blacks out games that are in New York, which makes no sense. So it blacks it out in the state you're from. So like you can't even watch it on there. So you'd have to pay, if I want to see a game when the Blue Jays play the Yankees, I have to watch it on Yes, which thankfully I'd mooch off your thing, but like other people would have to pay for it. Friday nights they do it on Apple TV. Sundays they do it on some other site. Like it's just like it's absurd, man. You can't just keep going back to it. Yeah, and like you said, it's just you're trying to milk the pony for as much money as you can get out of every little thing possible, and it's ridiculous. Anyway, this is not a whatever podcast, but like we'll get back to the movie stuff. But it needed to be said.
I think we're speaking for a lot of people. I mean, you and I, like, it's our self-imposed job and responsibility to like be in the know about these things. So we're gonna like, if we don't know where you can find Peacemaker, we're gonna go seek it out.
Yes.
And we'll go watch it.
Yeah.
But like the average person is sitting over there missing out on a great show because they thought maybe it's over here, it's not here, but I'm not going to pay that. And like, you know what I mean? Like not everybody's the same. And you're missing out on like a bigger audience. It's just a shame. And even like Jurassic World, like the one that we were just talking about, like they're hiding from the dinosaurs next to an aisle of Lay's chips. Like it's not all about the products.
I know. It's crazy.
It's not all
Snickers
about
bars the reason that they're
throwing Snickers bars at the dinosaurs. Like it's not all about that.
Plus, like movies now too. For me, like going back and watching through some of these franchises, they have multiple ones on different sites. So it'll be like, 1 and 2 are on this site, 3 and 4 are over here. Netflix has 5. Like it's absurd.
Yeah.
It's insane. Because I'm going through, and this is a little foreshadowing to a future episode here, but I might have just started my Harry Potter watch because I came out on, I don't know, episode 5 or something, and I told everyone how much I hate Harry Potter. So, even though I haven't really watched it, so we're going to see it. But yeah, each one, like the first 2 I think are on Peacock, one's on Prime. It's crazy.
Yep, just wild, dude. That's a bummer. We don't hate any of these companies. I want that to be clear as well. We're just saying, like, as a company, like you're missing out on a bigger audience.
Are we up now, or do we have something more?
No.
Do we have something more?
We're not.
Oh my goodness.
We're not done.
Loaded episode.
Chock full. Dr. Doom was revealed.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't know how I forgot about that.
In more ways than one, by the way.
Yeah.
What was this? It was some event in Japan, was it? Or Tokyo or something? There was a Disney event in Japan or in Asia somewhere.
Yes.
There was like a placeholder image of Doom, full suit. Whoa.
And then there was the light show. The light show.
So what do you think? What do you think of the look? And we'll try and, we've never done this before, we'll try and get like images of Doom in this.
I loved it. I also think the light show thing was cool. That was really cool.
We got to talk more about that than the actual
It was just, I just can't believe that it just came out like that. And that we didn't, like, there was no build-up. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing happening. Like, all of a sudden I was just scrolling on stuff and I just saw it.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, well, I liked it. I feel excited about it. I feel a lot of my reservation about, like, can the Russos do it? I'm like, why would I ever doubt?
Yeah.
Like, they know what they're doing.
I think it looked good, man.
I love the medieval look for Doom. I love the chainmail and the arms. It just looks awesome. It, like, really, like, harkens back to, like, Latveria, and, like, we're eventually hopefully going to get God Emperor Doom in Secret Wars. I loved the light show for multiple reasons. Not just because we saw a lot of Doom and there was a heavy emphasis on him. We also saw a visual representation of the moment in the comics where Doom rips Thanos' spine out of his body. And some people were at first saying, so they're going to recreate that. They're going to bring Thanos back and they're going to have like him rip out the spine from Thanos, kill Thanos. And then people were saying, that almost looks more like Kang. And then later in the light show, you see the 10 rings. And then you see Doom holding the 10 rings, which I love for a couple reasons. I love because the Shang-Chi post-credit scene now is no longer useless.
Yep.
I love it. It also necessitates Shang-Chi. It also necessitates Quantumania in a way that that movie had lost a lot of in recent times with Jonathan Majors being let go. Just a lot of tying together that I didn't think was going to happen. a lot of why I was worried about Doomsday and Secret Wars was because I was like, it might even be a great movie, and even if it is, I'm going to be bummed out that like these things were never touched on. And it almost seems like the Russos have found literally a way to ball it all up in one great idea.
They absolutely needed to come back to Kang. They can't just leave that alone. And I'm glad to see that it looks like they're doing that. I saw some theories that people were saying essentially maybe that the TVA and his role there, like how he figures that out, maybe that is like the start of how we get Battleworld. I wish I could remember her name. I saw somebody who had a clip, and she had like a full breakdown of how she thought they were going to do it with Kang and stuff, and it was just like phenomenal. She was spitting, absolutely, like you with the Toy Story thing, like she was spitting. But
is it something with like the artifacts theory, where he needs certain artifacts to like?
No, no, it wasn't. What was that?
It's something where it's like in order for Doom to assemble Battleworld and fix the multiverse, he needs certain artifacts. He needs Scarlet Witch's power. He needs Strange's power. He needs the control over the TVA. He needs the 10 rings. He needs Franklin. And there was something else there. I can't really remember. There were a couple other things, but like that was the crux of what he needed. And he needs to assemble all these things. That power would be enough to whatever. Just very interesting. Dude, this story now, I feel, could go in multiple different directions, and it seems like I'm trusting the Russo brothers to, like, just have a grip on enough that we're good.
But, see, that's what I think is so cool about this story, too, is, like, we all have our theories about where it's going to go, but because it is still the one good thing about the fact that they've kept everything so tightly wrapped, and also that they haven't really laid much groundwork for it, they can pretty much take it anywhere and still make a good story. Really, as long as I think they just really need to address Kang, and really need to address Doom's both his motivations and like where he's been, like what's been happening. So
that is paramount. You need to like make it seem like this guy actually needs to get taken out.
Yes, you do that at the beginning of the movie. I really don't think I care too much where you go with it.
Does the first like 15 minutes need to just be Doom backstory? Yeah, kind of, right?
Yeah, it's got to be
backstory mixed with something he does, like a physical act that like asserts this is why this guy needs to go down.
Yeah, he's so despicable. Yeah.
And maybe it is taking out Thanos or taking out Kang or something.
I hope it's not Thanos.
I hope it's not, but it would be.
If they're gonna do the Thanos spine thing, they need to do it in Secret Wars.
Yeah,
because that's where it came from, right? It was a Secret Wars, I think.
Yep. It's a shame because like I would love to see Majors come back for that moment, but I can see how it would be weird to bring him back only to kill him. Like it would almost feel like it's more of like a statement move that I don't think Marvel's trying to make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like bringing him back in that role only to rip his spine out of his body. Like
but it makes sense.
It feels like it would be almost like a lot of people would perceive it more as like a targeted move against Majors that I don't think Marvel's really intending. They're just trying to tell a cohesive story. That's the one thing I'm intrigued to see.
Yeah.
But dude, just all good things so far. Nothing we've inherently seen or heard about this movie has been bad, aside from people being concerned about the script not being finished. But again, not the first time that's happened with a good Marvel movie. So you never know. No Way Home was rewritten once or twice, the ending of that.
Love it, dude.
Andrew and Toby's debut in that movie was originally going to be the rooftop scene. That was going to be when you saw them. Like, they appear at the top and they jump down and talk to Peter. Like, that was going to be their debut. And then, like, so you just never know. You never know.
Yep.
And sometimes your rewritten ideas are better than what you had before. You know what I mean?
Totally agree.
It's not always big movie executive comes in and says, no, this is too good. We need to make it crappy. You know what I mean? Sometimes it is just they come up with a better idea.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and with that, book closed. Galactic
News
transmissions are done. No more galactic
Dude, there's been a lot of stuff. And I think if we're going to be covering something and we're not going back to the old stuff, doing the most up-to-date stuff, that's just where it's at, right? Like I think that's what people would want to hear.
I think so.
I think that's good.
I think so.
That's good.
Speaking of doing the most up-to-date stuff, we obviously both watch a lot of movies on the side. And every time we come on the podcast to re-review something, we are never really doing anything that's outside of 2025.
No.
Unless we're doing like a bigger form episode on it for other things, right?
Just while we're still trying to get started.
Right, so every time we're reviewing, we're pretty much going to try and keep it exclusively to that, unless it's maybe like a re-release or something, because I know like we've got some of that coming soon. I got to see 2 more movies a couple weeks ago.
You're cooking. Right.
That were 2025 movies. Saw both Mickey 17 and Final Destination Bloodlines. I have some ratings and I have some thoughts. So I think I'm going to start with.
Let's get right into it.
I think I'm going to start with Mickey 17.
Josh's rating of Mickey 17. 3, 2, 1.
5.
Uh-oh.
5.
Big ol' uh-oh.
No.
Oh, it's no Parasite.
Oh, no.
There's no Parasite.
Yeah, dude, that is ridiculous. I think people fell in love with Parasite and just automatically overglazed this movie because they just loved Parasite so much, and the director of that, I'm forgetting his name, but
and it's not a name I want to mispronounce either.
yes. Yeah. I felt like Mickey 17 was trying to do a similar thing to Sinners in cross-blending genres and trying to see like what they could get to go. Maybe genre is not the right word, but like tone maybe. And it just did not work for me.
Yeah.
There was points that it was trying to be too serious, dark, trying to have actual depth behind it, to then just be cut by joking. And the joking to me at all was just not funny.
Flat.
Like totally flat. And I want to make it very clear that none of this is on the actors themselves. I think Mark Ruffalo and Robert Pattinson, I think they were great in the movie for what they were trying to accomplish. Robert Pattinson is portraying two different characters in the movie, and he just does a phenomenal job with it. Like, he really does what they were looking for him to do. I just think the story and what it was just stinks.
I think that's a good distinction to make.
Yeah, because sometimes a lot of times it's because you feel like the actors let down. No, not at all. I just think that they messed up with the story.
Okay.
There was too much awkward, and the humor of the movie was the fact that it was like a dystopian universe kind of thing, where you also have just like the subtle, like, just weird movements of Robert Pattinson. Like, I know that sounds weird. It's kind of Office-like in that, where it's like, it's not directly what they're saying. It's also just like kind of how they're moving and like the weirdness of it, you know? Not Office humor, but like, you get what I'm talking about with like the camera shots, where it's just like, it's kind of just seeing him react and do different things. And
it's kind of awkward in the movie, right?
Yeah, it's very awkward. Well, he's very awkward, but intentionally. And he does good with it. There was only a couple points I actually thought it was funny. I really had no idea what the movie was about going into it. And I'll say, halfway through the movie, I looked it up just to see what people were reviewing, because I was like, a lot of people have it high, so maybe this is on me. A lot of people have it high. And then I saw that it was listed as a comedy. And I'll be honest, I had no idea. And watching the movie, I still had no idea. Like, that's how, like, lackluster I felt like it was. Like, I didn't think it was funny at all. And it's funny because I keep going back through all these movies, and again, like I said, I'm almost caught up with all of them, but like, I keep just feeling like very underwhelmed by some of these movies that people are praising. Like, I really feel underwhelmed by it. So Mickey 17 I'm sure there's some people out there that like the movie, and I'm not going to hate on people liking the movie. I will hate on you putting it above an 8 out of 10. I'm sorry. There's just no way it's above an 8 out of 10. I really think there's just no shot. The ending sequence is really dumb. It's really dumb. And it's not funny dumb. It's just dumb. So
does it like set up a sequel or something? Or?
No.
Oh.
Mark Ruffalo was a little funny at certain points. But that's it. So Mickey 17, it's a big doom. That's where we're out on that.
That's a bummer.
Now, Final Destination.
Josh's rating of Final Destination, Bloodlines. 3, 2, 1.
I'm going to a 7 out of 10.
Wow.
Much better. Much
we're
better.
Back on track. We had a little low the last couple weeks.
Yes. We're right back up.
Back on top where we belong.
Final Destination is another movie similar to the Jurassic Park kind of realm, where it's like, you know exactly what you're getting going in.
Sure.
You also know that the story can't be that good. Like, you really don't think it can be peak, top-of-the-line stuff. However, I watched this movie, and it was a movie that is 2 hours long, and I felt like I was watching for about 30 minutes. It was just a lot of fun. It was quick.
Paced very well.
Paced well.
Okay.
Very quick. The deaths in it are some fun ones, some gnarly ones. There are two that were really ingrained in my head. There's one that is not even a death, that they have him like a ceiling fan, and he gets like caught on the ceiling fan, and it's connected to his nose because he has a nose ring, and it's like getting like pulled out of his face. That was something else, man. So sorry if I just but anyway, that was crazy.
Dude.
There was another scene that I honestly I was laughing my head off at, because they have...
Was it meant to be funny?
I don't know. They were going, like, the three main characters and, like, one of the side ones. The side one's, like, in the back. They leave her. They start running, and they're kind of, like, moving up the street, and she's talking about, like, how she thinks the next person's going to die, because they always go in order. She's like, this is how the next person's going to die, this way. And they're like, no. So they keep walking up the street. They keep going. And then, like, while they're just mid-conversation, in, like, the background, not, like, where it was, like, intended where you can, like oh, might as well check the background of it. Like,
yeah.
It was just, like, a shot where, like, you can kind of just see it faintly, and you're like I was kind of looking over to the side, and, like, the thing that they had just described happened, like, exactly the way, and she gets, like, dumped into a trash compactor.
Okay.
Anyway, it was just really funny the way it was done. Like, it was just so comical, and, like, it's so unrealistic that, like, thing to thing to hits this to that to then, like, she falls into a trash compactor. But, like, it was really funny.
I've never seen a Final Destination movie.
Are you serious?
No. Have you seen? Is that?
No, I've seen the first and this one, but I've seen all the clips of all the deaths. So, like,
really?
I've gotten
Like
the gist. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So
I don't even think I've seen that.
I enjoyed the fact that in this movie too, because they were trying to, like, tie it all together. And again, the last movie to come out before this was 2011, I think. So this is the first one they've done in a while. And they repeatedly teased deaths that happened in previous ones. They didn't do them usually, but it was just funny to see, because, like, every time it would, like, slightly pan over to another object or something, you're like, wait, like, you've probably seen this one. You know, the one where it's, like, the wood logs in the back of the truck and it falls out and it goes through the guy's windshield.
Oh, yes.
Like,
okay,
that one.
I didn't realize that's what that was. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And, like for instance, like, they're driving and, like, you just see the truck with the wood barrels, and like, they, like, get over immediately, like, and it wasn't like they were thinking about it, but, like, it was just a cool movie.
That's
like,
cool.
It wasn't, like, I don't think I'd say fan service or something, but it was just cool that it was, like, a bunch of Easter eggs for the people that had, like, seen the whole series. And
ties everything together.
Yeah, so I thought that was cool. They brought back Tony Todd, who's a big part of all the other four, and he looks great still. I'm shocked to see that he was in it.
This was his last movie, right, before he passed away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was cool, and good send-off for him. So, yeah, I really enjoyed it. Again, it's a movie where it's like, are there gripes? Like, not really. Like, it's just supposed to be a movie that's, like...
It did what it set out to do.
Yeah. But again, it's not like I'm going to rate that higher than probably, like, a 7.
Right.
But
That's fair.
the ending was very abrupt and very funny, too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you're
So
going to
is
see
there
it,
more to come?
I don't think so, and I think you should just leave it there.
Okay. Okay.
You can't just keep going back to the same well again and
Right.
again and again.
Right.
Did we talk about that this episode, or? So that's those two. That's my piece.
Again, I commend you. I can't believe how fast you're flying through all these movies. It's really impressive. I'm excited for this end of year 30 movie ranking that you're doing, right?
Yeah, dude.
Is it still 30 or are we back down to 25?
No, definitely. We're
30?
Oh,
Chug
yeah,
along.
definitely for sure 30.
Oh,
for
baby.
sure.
Come
Yeah.
on. All right. Well, I think we've reached the climax of our episode here. We're gonna do some games, and we got some hot takes here.
Yep.
All right. So we got at long last. Prayers answered. Back to our roots. We're doing Burn It or Back It. Oh, come on. Come on. Many sleepless nights where I wished we would go back to Burn It or Back It. And now we are.
I will say, dude, Burn It or Back It was, like, the first thing, not trying to overgas, like, where we're at, but that was, like, the first thing that, like, people ever bid on at all, like, that we did. Like, that's pretty cool. Like, I remember this is what got us to get comments from the Escape Pod guys. We also got just, like, a bunch of, I think one of our videos, that was the first one that got, like, 30K views or something on it for whatever. Anyway, cool stuff. Burn It or Back It has a special place in our hearts.
Hey. You never forget the people that got you where you were.
No.
And I don't know if we're anywhere special, but wherever we are right now, it's because of Burn It or Back It. So. All right, so we have a couple takes. I think I have 2, you have 3. So I almost think I would rather have you start us off here.
Okay. All right.
Kicking things off.
First one. Gal Gadot was a good Wonder Woman. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm backing it.
You are backing
I'm backing
it. Okay, well
then I'm backing it. And I've been
what's
excited
your
to get
justification?
I'm excited. I saw this and I'm excited to get this on.
I'm glad
off
we
my chest.
disagree almost. What's your
I need you to I'm going to say this, and I know people are going to hate this. I know people are going to hate what I'm about to say. Ignore 1984.
I think I am.
What? Even ignoring that, you're still going to say?
I think I am.
Stop it. She's so...
No.
Stop. I know. Is her line delivery a little off? A little bit, yeah. I'm going to say, though, that a big part of what messed her up, she's right in the same... She's no worse with line delivery in the rest of the movies than Henry Cavill or Jason Momoa, honestly. Like, I don't think that they're anything more special.
No, they're not.
I also think Wonder Woman, the first movie, is fantastic. I think she's great in that movie. She's great in, as much as people hate Batman v Superman, I think she's perfect in Batman v Superman.
I think Batman v Superman is her best work as Wonder Woman.
I really think she's so overhated. She looks the part to, like, she is just Wonder Woman. She looks great. The action-wise of how she's done is great. I really think she's just overhated with the line delivery parts. I mean, she has the funny bits that are, like, I feel like she has a couple cherry-picked lines that are just, like, funny. And, like, I have to acknowledge, like it is. But it's, like, I think she's just got a lot more good than bad, for sure.
Do you think highly of her, though? Because I'm
not saying she's a great Wonder Woman, but she's been a good Wonder Woman.
Do you think it's easier to gas her up when there's not really much to compare her to?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
But, like, I don't know. I think she's always been overhated.
I don't know. I think she was great in Batman v Superman, and I think the second she started to, like, settle into the role is when I checked out. I don't know why. I I don't know if I bought her in Justice League. I don't know if I bought her in Wonder Woman 84. I don't like when she really settled into, like, this, like, she's got, like, a sarcastic quip for everything and she's, like, showing off. Like, I didn't like when she settled into that for Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was not meant to be, like, cocky, snarky, whatever. Like, she was always meant to be stoic leader. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what she was in Batman v Superman. And even in Wonder Woman, and I just kind of felt... But even that did her a disservice because it was, like, really kind of a romance movie. And I don't think that's what Wonder Woman deserves. I think she deserves to stand on her own. Mm-hmm. I don't think she deserves to be, like, tied down to a romance. I don't know, man. I don't hate her like some people do. I just don't know if I really bought her in the role. But again, like you said, that's kind of more... You could make that blanket statement for a lot of the stuff in the Snyderverse. So I don't know. I just don't know if I bought her. I don't know. And I think she'll end up being in a couple good movies that she'll get, like, dignity back to her name in the industry in the coming years. But I almost feel that, like, Gal Gadot plays herself in every movie. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, like, I didn't really like her in Death on the Nile. She was, like, horrific in Snow White. And I just kind of feel that it's just Gal Gadot playing herself.
I didn't mind her in Red Notice.
But again, that's like a movie that would complement Gal Gadot playing herself. You know what I mean? Like, it was also great for The Rock.
Right.
Because it was just,
it's just the same thing.
Unleash yourself.
He gets to be, like, an egotistical, like...
Right.
Yeah.
And I just kind of don't know if that, like unless she wants to be in those types of movies, I don't know if I'm a fan. I don't know. I think there's other actresses out there that would play a better Wonder Woman.
That's fair.
I don't know, man.
That's fair. I just think she was a good Wonder Woman.
I think she was.
And totally fine.
That's the power of burning her back in, man.
I'm not gonna get you for it. I'm not gonna get you. All right. My take here. My first one. With K-pop Demon Hunters, Sony Animation has officially overtaken Disney. So now you've got K-pop Demon Hunters, you've got the Spider-Verse. We're moving.
Okay.
Sony has overtaken Disney.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm burning it.
I'm going to back it.
You're going to back it?
I'm actually going to back it, dude. And I'll say I don't think they have enough right now in terms of quantity to overtake Disney.
That's my argument. Yeah.
But I think they've established that Sony takes so much time in between their movie releases. They've established at this point, I feel, that we're only going to release something when it's literally like the most perfect version of what we had come up with possible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you can't say the same for Disney at the moment. Now, I say that as somebody who would love to see Disney remain on top. You just can't say that.
But you just can't deny the body of work, man.
You can't. No. In this current very moment right now, though, Like, who do you trust more to put out a better
Well,
animated movie?
if that's the question, yeah, I agree. Sony is on top as far as who can just right now put out a better animated movie.
Sure.
I just don't know if they've dethroned them yet.
Maybe
I'd say it's like what LeBron was to Jordan like 2 years ago.
Are you implying that
So-
LeBron has overtaken Jordan?
I'm implying the fact that like LeBron, in 2 years when they have a few more projects out, they'll have passed him, just like LeBron already passed him. So, yeah, that's.
I'm gonna burn that one.
That's a take I've been meaning to get out for a while. That's a we.
I'm gonna see if I can just like get this to stay in the mic. Just burn it.
LeBron is 1,000% the GOAT.
I mean,
Oh my
we
gosh,
don't even
dude.
need to
I'd put Kobe over him.
Oh my gosh,
Put Kobe
man.
over LeBron.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
Let's just get to the next take, man. I can't.
All right, 2025 has been a bad year for movies.
Hold on. Let me do some self-examination. Movies in general.
Yes, movies.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Is this the most
No,
we've ever...
no. I'm
Oh, you
agreeing.
are back.
I'm agreeing. Sorry, I held up the wrong one. Back it.
If we're talking superhero movies, generational.
Yeah.
Sorry, I actually meant back it.
No, that's fine.
I just think when I look at, again, I'm going through my list. When I try to make a top 10 movie list, like, it's really hard.
Yeah.
If you take away the superhero movies, it's impossible.
It literally, like...
It's impossible.
Like superhero movies and Sinners, take them out. It goes down
Dude,
into the tubes.
I
You're
really
working
don't know
with a
what to
Minecraft
say.
movie.
Like,
It's really rough. And I do think... I think outside of the little Superman or superhero insanity run there, I do think October to December has a chance to be the best pocket of the year in terms
Yeah.
of movies, I think for sure.
Yeah.
And I think that could change the narrative a lot. But if you just look across the year, like, in general, like, it's very forgettable.
It's not
entirely forgettable.
It's not great.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just pretty bad.
It's all good. Every year has like every now and then you get a throwaway year.
It's
Because
just-
and I'm saying that like because the next two are just gonna be so awesome.
Yeah. That's why it's okay, because we know what's coming.
Right. But I don't. Yeah, I just don't know. Aside from superhero movies, if it was all good. It was one of those years where it's just like too much of a reliance on like the popcorn movies. I wish there were more
Yeah.
substantial stories like your
Yeah.
F1 or your Sinners, and there just wasn't. It's all good. There will be years for that, but just right now, like I
Dude,
don't know, man.
Yeah, just January to like May was just there was nothing.
Yeah.
like that part of the year, nothing happened.
Now, in a world where Avatar comes out and it's awesome, in a world
Ooh.
where Five Nights at Freddy's comes out and it's a
Solid.
legitimate horror movie and not
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
a family movie, if The Smashing Machine comes out and The Rock wins an Oscar, we have a different conversation on our hands.
Yeah, Tron,
that-
Wicked.
Tron, if Tron is the next big sci-fi movie,
Yeah.
great. If Wicked is
Wicked's-
hailed as one of the best musicals ever, again, these conversations could happen.
Dude, I don't know what's going on with me with like these like music style movies, man. I'll be honest.
Are you turning?
I'm turning. I don't know. I've like strip it all away. Like I don't know what to say, man. Dude, I rewatched it the other day.
Wicked?
Yeah, Wicked.
On your own?
Yeah, with my girlfriend. But
Oh, yeah.
it was yeah, dude. I was kind of feeling the second half of the movie is actually really good.
I haven't seen it yet. I was
You
waiting
need
for
to-
I was waiting for part 2. I was going to watch that with my girlfriend.
You got to watch it ahead of. Here's my thing with all our personal friends in our life. I want us all to go there. I've already got a couple
Like
other
a
people.
group outing to Wicked.
Huge group outing.
Sure.
I want us to take a whole row up. Can I say, you know what would be cool? Imagine doing like with even
Buy
like
a theater out?
yeah, with like people we know.
It can't be for
No, not for Wicked. Not for Wicked. But dude, could you imagine like at some point like we get to do something like that?
That would be great.
That'd be awesome.
I'd be so down for that.
That'd be crazy. Anyway, that was a side note. Yeah.
So it could turn around.
It could.
Up to this moment, though, I don't know if it's too impressive past the superhero stuff.
Okay.
We'll see. Avengers: Secret Wars has the possibility to overtake Endgame in terms of reception. And I'll even make it a bigger take. Doomsday has a chance to be bigger than Infinity War. So Doomsday and Secret Wars have a chance to be better than Infinity War and Endgame.
Oh.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, you did.
Secret Wars? Yeah, Doomsday and Secret Wars have the chance to
I agree with part of your take. So...
Okay.
All right, let's go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm burning it.
I'm going to burn it.
Okay.
But it's not as terrible as the fire on the card implies.
Yeah.
I don't see how if you make a story this big even kind of work, I don't see how it's not at least on par. Now, in terms of like 10 years of build up to a story that literally like I wouldn't change a thing, I don't know if it could be that good.
I think you're half right. I think Secret Wars can definitely overtake Endgame for sure. I think most of the love of Endgame goes off the back of the final fight, and now I know it's already been done once, but the final fight that they could do in Secret Wars could be generational.
Sure.
And if they make it a better crafted story, maybe structurally than Endgame is, I think they can for sure do it in Secret Wars. Secret Wars is just such a huge concept. I mean, the amount of things that they could do in that, there's no shot. There is no shot Doomsday sniffs Infinity War, in my opinion. I don't think it can.
Is that largely attributed to like the emotional investment people had going into Infinity War?
Okay. You had open story, all the investment and emotions tied in, and then you just knocked it out the park with an idea that really we haven't seen before.
It's perfect. Yep.
And then now you have it where it's like open-ended, but you have zero emotional ties, and you can't really like do what you just did there. So like you got to find something new.
Yeah.
But it's got to be crazy to top Infinity War. I mean, I think personally, I think Infinity War might be just straight up the best superhero movie of all time. Is that a hot take? I don't know. I'm not saying it's my favorite. I just think it might be.
Like objectively the best? Even better than Across?
Well, yeah, I would say. Like just as a straight up movie. You factor in how much goes into that? Are you serious? Infinity War is perfect.
Wow.
It's perfect.
Wow.
Branching off of what you had in the Phase 1 and 2, like I don't know how you top that.
I want to agree with you. Dude, I've never wept like man tears at a movie like I did with Endgame. That was such an enormously satisfying experience. I don't know. It's not the best superhero movie, but like Avengers Endgame is just like, I don't know if it has to be the best superhero movie ever to be the best superhero movie ever.
No, I get that, but and that's why I would put for my favorite like Across above that.
Sure,
but I just think if you were to tell me to like show somebody who like is like a doubter of superhero stuff, I think I would show you in Infinity War. Because again, like Dark Knight, I know 99% of people that aren't superhero fans would go to that movie.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel like as much like a superhero movie. Does that make sense?
No, it's a movie about...
It's just a branching of it.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
It's really a Joker movie.
Yeah.
All right. Before we go into... I have one more... I might move one of my better than movies into a take.
Okay.
You want to do one more take from you, and then one more from me, and then we just cut it?
Yeah.
All right. So go for it.
Dude, I feel like you should just do it.
Because I feel like...
Go for it. And if we don't like it, we can just skip it. It's all right.
Okay.
I said we didn't do it. Yeah, go for it.
All right.
All right, one more take from each of us, I think we have.
Yes. This is recent development.
Oh.
Because I already have my answer to this. Hawkeye is the best show made for Disney Plus.
Oh my gosh.
3, 2, 1. Back it. Sam's right in front of the camera. If you're listening on Spotify right now, he's showing the burn it, the big old burn it, the big old burn it.
The big old burn it. Oh,
I am backing that to the bank.
Can't tell you how much I burned that. What are you backing? With Loki?
Yeah, it's better than Loki. It's better than
You said the best show on Disney Plus?
It's better than...
You got the first 2 seasons of Mando.
Made for Disney Plus.
You got the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian. You got Loki. Hawkeye's better?
Yeah.
Why?
If you watch it around Christmas time too...
I did.
Dude, nothing gets me more in the holiday spirit. I'll tell you what. I have now watched it each of the last 3 years at Christmas time.
You've watched Hawkeye 3 times?
It's a yearly tradition.
Oh my god.
I swear on my life. Yelena, how Hawkeye's done, Kate Bishop, the emotion in the story. Hawkeye's done great.
Can I personalize this a little bit? You're dating my sister. You're telling me you're going to be sitting my nieces and nephews down someday and subjecting them to Hawkeye every Christmas? They deserve better. Just know someday, if you guys are ever looking out for this, Uncle Sam tried to stand up for you. I'm sorry it's such a dictatorship in your house.
It's going to be Polar Express, Christmas Vacation, Hawkeye to finish it out.
Poverty, dude.
Dude, Christmas morning, Hawkeye's episode 6.
Golly, dude. Bah humbug.
I'm going to have all the kids whistling Elena's theme.
Oh, no. Gross.
Why do you not like it?
It's not that
What's wrong about
I don't
this?
think I don't like it, but it's just not the best for me. And I think it's better now. I personally feel it's better than when I felt it was when it first came out. Like, I like it more now. I just
do you?
Yeah.
What would you... Can I get a rating out of 10?
I'd give it a... Dude, I really didn't like the way they handled Kingpin in that show. It was such a waste.
Yeah, that is really bad.
And he's not so big in the comics, and I'm so invested that, like, I was really that upset. But, like, Swordsman, like, it was just kind of like...
Yeah. Plus,
no, I love Kate Bishop.
Dude, and Lalo.
To have an actor of that caliber in a Marvel property and to waste him like that,
I know.
felt like such a disservice.
He was awesome, man.
I know he was, dude. It just felt like such a bummer to see him be underutilized like that. No, I loved Kate Bishop, and I loved the dynamic between her and Hawkeye. Mm-hmm. I thought it was great, and I really would love to see that in the future.
And her and Yelena's dynamic is so awesome.
Yeah.
Can I actually, if I could back it up a little bit, the episode 6 of Hawkeye is the best episode on Disney Plus, made for Disney Plus.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
No, hold on just 1 second.
Oh, the
Buster.
Luke one?
Dude, with Luke, we got Luke.
Yeah. Okay,
We've got
okay.
Luke, we've got the first episode of The Mandalorian, we've got
take episode
the next
6 over the
season,
first.
the next season of the last season of the Clone Wars. Are you saying just made exclusively for Disney Plus?
Well, I guess season 7 was made for Disney Plus. That was the take.
We've got the final
like
episode
not things
of Kenobi.
moved over, like things that was like it's first premiering on Disney Plus.
The final episode of Kenobi. We've got literally every episode of Loki.
Gosh. Final episode. I would take
the Hawkeye episode 6 over final episode of Kenobi.
You just did a Stephen A. look.
Might have to get Child Protective Services in for your nieces and nephews. Get them out of that house.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh,
I don't know, dude. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, dude, it's the best, man.
Really is the best.
Hey, it's a great, good. It's a good take.
All right, what do you got?
Okay, I have one last take. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is better than Across the Spider-Verse.
Don't.
I didn't say how I felt. I just said this was a take that was. I just said this
I
was
know
a
you're
take.
gonna agree.
No, I just said this was a take.
All right,
I'm
ready?
not speaking on behalf of anybody.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh, my heels at the back. Dude. Okay. All right.
Where were you? I was seated in the theater.
What is better about it other than the fact that it's an origin? There's just nothing. The only thing I'll give you is that you can say, oh, well, I just like Origins more. And then you can also say the peak of What's Up Danger off the building is absurdly good.
Yeah.
And potentially, I would say it's the best moment of Spider-Man in live action, or not in live. I mean, just in like TV.
Here's my singular reasoning. I can't even like go back and say, oh, the animation is like, oh, like you had to have been there. Like when that animation came, like I can't say that because it's like they repeated it and they did even better in Across. From the standpoint of, you could sit somebody down and show them Into the Spider-Verse and they could get a complete satisfying experience from that, walk away, never watch the sequel and still be okay. But Across the Spider-Verse's quality really is still kind of dependent on how good Beyond ends up being. That, to me, I feel almost a little inclined to put Into over. Just because it's a story that stands totally on its own.
I get that.
And Across is still... Again, if Beyond comes out, maybe that's... I think that elevates Across quite a bit, for me, personally. I know it's already up there for you. I just think at the moment, if I have to look at the two stories, I have to be honest and say... Into is the one between the two that really is able to stand on its own. and you can't show anybody across the Spider-Verse without forcing them to see Into, and also without saying, oh, well, don't worry, because there's a sequel coming out. Like, you have to, there's caveats that you have to put in there. Into, you can just enjoy. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, man.
I just, Into the Spider-Verse is a fun, I mean, let's be clear, right? Into the Spider-Verse is a 10 out of 10 movie.
100%.
Across so is just a 25 out of 10 movie.
It is. They're both 25 out of 10.
Yeah.
But I just am looking at it from, you have two perfect movies. Which one can you show people on its own? Into. Okay, there it is.
Like, you're right, but, like, it's like you're just missing something. You're just missing something, man. Like, I don't know
why you have it up.
There's just an unquantifiable, like...
reason I'm wrong.
with a cross, man. It's
so
just
funny.
it's just got the sauce. Like it's got like a sauce to no end. Like
I know.
Like Into the Spider-Verse.
No Hawkeye, but
is Into the Spider-Verse. It's fun. It keeps it going. You get to see the development of Miles.
Yeah.
Boom. Across the Spider-Verse, man, you just see like everything that Miles knows like crumble in his life right in front of him.
Yeah, dude. Yep.
You see him trying to like, and like for all the people that are like saying like, oh, Tom can't do it alone. This dude does it alone, a freaking alone. Like outside of like the little teleporter he gets, like dude just does it alone. The way they fight against the canon events, the way he disrupts things, and like you just see the fallout of that. Miguel O'Hara, dude, the music. Oh my goodness! Like
I know.
if the What's Up Danger scene didn't exist in Into the Spider-Verse, this wouldn't even be like a thought. That's my take.
It would hinder the movie. I don't know if it would not be a conversation.
Like that's the point where people are like, the second you see.
But of course, that's a part of it.
Well, sure.
Right, because that's when he comes into his own, and then you have the whole arc of like where Miles is at in the beginning of the movie compared to like at the end when he grabs Peter's hand and is like, "You got to go home, man, dude." It's really.
I'm just saying that's
perfect.
I know it is.
Like,
I know it is.
Oh,
but it's like
it's really
the
good.
main scene that like is the only one I would say is better than anything in the Cross.
Okay, I mean, again, like it's everybody's different. Like I totally see why you feel that way. There's some stuff that to me it's like a just as good type situation. Like everything Into and Across is like literally on the exact same plane. So I'm like, again, if you
and then the plane starts taking off. Whoa!
Where's it going?
Whoa! Way up there.
Whoa! Woody's up there. So you just kind of are looking at it. You're looking at it, and you're kind of just like, if they are on the same playing field, if they're on the same plane. Which one can you show somebody on its own? And I like that's
yeah,
the
that's
only
fair.
That's
a valid take. That's a valid take.
I don't know, man.
That's a valid take. There's just
but I know what you're saying.
There's a lot more weight, I think, in Across.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway,
I don't know. I think we covered it all. We had another game, but we're gonna save it for next week. Something to look forward to.
Yeah, in 2 weeks from now, episode 17, because this is 15.
Yeah.
We'll have next week, episode 17. We're gonna be doing everything Spider-Man. So that's gonna be sick.
You want to drop? You want to tease?
A little tease?
A little tease?
You tease.
Our first guest episode ever. You didn't hear it.
No.
You didn't hear from us.
I'm actually really fired up for that. I think it'll be really interesting to see how we do with having... Like, we've never once both just agreed on a take that somebody else has been, like, ridiculous on. We've also never both been backed up with whatever take we're saying. So I think it'll be so interesting to see how that kind of changes that dynamic.
This person coming in likes to disagree with us out of spite.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think it's like the perfect recipe for a good
yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great. Good. So, if we got anything else?
I think send us off.
I think we're good.
I'm trying to think of anything else we need, but...
Like, subscribe, keep viewing. Please keep viewing.
Yep.
Please.
And as always, the most difficult thing in life is the decision to face evil.
No, wait, hold on.
And as always, the most difficult thing in life is the decision to...
It's so hard.
And as always, the most difficult thing in life is to face the decision of having to... Sam, what's going on? Why am I getting...
I don't know, man.
And as always, the most difficult thing in life is to act in the face of evil.